the way your team held its ground and fought back down 7 late and to rally.
Very proud of how our team, when we were down 7, how we were banding together and fought really hard to figure out a way how to dig deep and get a victory. Each possession mattered to this group, and we talked about it in timeout when we looked up at the scoreboard and saw it down 7. I asked them all to breathe, take some deep breaths, and there's a lot of emotions probably going on in your head. Just dial in and have trust in one another, and trust that we will get this first stop, and then after the first stop, we'll get the second stop. And from there, we made some really good decisions on the offensive end. Give credit to Terrence hitting that 3 in front of the bench, DJ hitting the floater, also getting to the foul line a couple of times as he was coming off a ball screen, and then also Jaren Foles. Jaren Foles coming in down the stretch, getting a key rebound. It was well played, well done by all those young men.
Move over here to Steve.
Hey, Juwan, your 3-guard offense scored a lot of points for you. Could you talk specifically about what you like most of the play from Eli and the play from Devontae?
Well, both are seniors who have a ton of experience and been in tight games, been in situations where they had to face adversity, where the teams make runs, and having experienced guards in the backcourt really helps your team. And Eli has been rock solid for us for the last 3 years since I've been here, and he's continued to keep getting better and better. There's a lot of trust, a lot of load that's asked of him, and he always welcomes the challenge. He embraces it night in and night out. He comes to practice and have an amazing attitude and approach to get better. DJ, first year with us, still learning a lot about the system, still learning a lot about what's asked of him. But down the stretch and being able to come in and make shots and then also make free throws when we needed it the most, that was great. Let's call it what it is. Seton Hall. There was another close one we had that we dropped. That probably would have been lost tonight. But I think we grew up from this.
Move over to Andrew. Remember, if you need the mic, Ben is back there.
Juwan, you've obviously been exposed to a lot of different coaching styles. Why do you find it so important to exude calmness to your players, in those key moments?
Well, it's got to start at the top with the leadership, and they're gonna look at the coach and see how the coach is reacting during whether it's good stretches or bad stretches. But let's talk about some tough stretches that when you're down or when you made a turnover or when you missed a shot. So all those young men have a heart in the right place to make the right plays and they try to make every shot. And at times defensively, they try to make the right reads and get the stop when we need it. But there are times when it's not going to happen. So it's important for me to calm all the heads as the leader of the team, the head coach, and keep us at bay where we can be able to respond from when teams make runs or when we're down. And it's not going to always go in your favor, but you always will learn how to play and how to win from losing.
Does anybody have anything else? Go ahead, Austin.
Juwan, you mentioned learning from some of those experiences earlier in the season, like the Seton Hall game. What do you think your team took away from those experiences that you really saw on the floor tonight?
Well, getting stops when we have to, and also staying locked in on what is asked, whether it's defensively, what coverage we're in, whether you're man coverage, you're switching the ball screen, or you're switching everything, or whether it's getting a defensive box out so you get a defensive rebound. Those are all the little things that does not show up in the box score, but it matters and it results to helping you win. And the little things, something that our team has really embraced. And I think back to like that diving on the floor from Jace at Illinois, and the diving on the floor for the loose ball at Indiana, what Musa came up with. those are inspiring plays that, helps your team win. And it also teaches and shows, each and every guy that when one guy can do it and he's sacrificing his body, then I can do the same thing. And I think that's what makes this group so special because, they really enjoy each other's success.
We'll go back to Chris.
Yeah, Brandon is a pretty good free throw shooter there on the bench at the end. Was it just a gut feel thing going with Jared over him at the end of the game there?
We needed some length. They had two big guys in there, Brand and also Young. And Young is a low block. He's very skilled, he's long, and I wanted to match size with size.
Back over to Steve.
Well, you touched on it with Jace diving on the floor at Illinois and just the spirit that your team showed in that game. Now that there's been some time to reflect, just how important was what happened that day in Champaign to how your team is playing now?
Well, Champaign, you go to a game and, you look at the roster, the guys that are available, some guys who are out because of COVID protocol, and, people say, oh, you know what, you don't have a chance to win. And our guys that were available, I trust that each and every one of them is going to come out and give not only 100% effort, but 1,000% effort with the energy, with their toughness, and also what I've seen in practice. I know them very well, and I've also have helped develop them. So with that, I knew we had plenty, we had enough, and it just shows that the mindset of each and every individual, where we know that during these difficult times that there's no time to make excuses, because first, no one's feeling sorry for you. Maybe mom, maybe dad, but your opponent is not going to take it easy on you. And so our guys had the mindset that we're going to go in there in a tough environment, play against a really good team in Illinois, and going to play every possession hard, tough, compete. And I think that was a good stepping stone as far as who we are and who and what we can become.
On your right.
Yeah, Juwan, in a game where the fouls are being called pretty tightly, did that force you to adjust your defensive approach at all?
I tell you, I'm becoming a better coach, when you have your two best players is out with foul trouble, not just in the second half, but in the first half. Let's talk about Hunter and Musa, DJ, and then in the second half, Hunter and Musa both get fouled out with a lot of game to be played, and next man up mentality. And so Terrence and Jaren Foles and Jace come in, and some would say, what, you're gonna lose that ball game. You lose two of your best players in the front court. You two starters, but it shows a mindset about this group that we're not gonna quit.
Anybody have anything else? Oh, one more. Tian, just go ahead.
Did you like, I guess, the execution in the last few plays? Obviously, you fouled up three, but then.
Yes, I loved it. Yes, I did not want to give them an opportunity to come down and run one of their sets where they can possibly get a quick three. I knew they were in a bonus, and I did not want to give them an opportunity where I could trust, which I do trust, that our defense will get the stops we needed. But since we're up three, send them to the free throw line and see if they make their free throws, and it was successful for us.
Okay, Coach, thank you. Congrats.